This is a video I have prepared to accompany a letter I have written to the Prime Minister of Canada, Honourable Stephen Harper. I have also created the same letter and video recording for the ministers at the federal and provincial level of health, environment, agriculture, and public safety. All the links will be at the bottom, as well as a hard copy of this letter that you can use, changing simply the salutations. Since September 2009, I have been witnessing heavy aerial spraying over the skies of my home here north of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I am quite concerned about this. The trails left by the unmarked planes are not normal, and they collect and hang in the sky. They create distinct cloud patterns and linger for long periods of time. They are sprayed in grid patterns and intended to cover large portions of the sky. A growing number of alarmed citizens like myself are researching and discussing this matter. We are observing the skies very closely, and we are sharing our notes and photos, not just here by Winnipeg, Manitoba, but in Vancouver, Victoria, Kelowna, Churchill, Edmonton, Calgary, Fort McMurray, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, Charlottetown, St. John's, all the way to the Newfoundland coast and all the way north. And also, we have discovered that in over 26 other nations around the world there are reports of the same spraying overhead, and people have been using the term chemtrails to describe this activity. Websites are showing up everywhere now on the internet, displaying photos that look just like mine, taken by people with the same concerns and questions that I and my friends have. The problem is, no one has been able to get a satisfactory answer to the questions of exactly what is being sprayed and why. Every serious injury so far has been brushed aside by the governments involved. There have been two types of responses. One, people are told that these are all normal contrails. Two, there is no response at all. We are quite certain that chemicals are being sprayed overhead, and I have grave concerns and important questions about this obvious aerosol program that is being conducted. They are as follows. Are you, sir and madams, aware of this spraying being conducted? And I ask how you cannot be aware. You must know who has access to our airspace, who is allowed to fly in it, and why they're flying in it. Who is doing the spraying? Is this our own Canadian government? Is this the military? Or are private interests involved? And what is the spray composed of? There are thousands of lab reports, thousands of blood work results, and obvious ecological die-off, of which you can see from my photographs, that are occurring all over the globe and now being reported almost as often as the chemtrails themselves. And what is the purpose of this spray? Perhaps it is well-intentioned and a preemptive strike against global warming. But I have to ask, what are the health impacts going to be on myself, on my children? And I believe I am already seeing the impacts on the environment. And how can we possibly know what the long-term effects are of something that has not been studied? Or if so, if it has been deemed to be safe, why these studies have not been made available to the public? And am I funding this through my tax dollars or through my purchases, if it be of special interest or private interest? How is this being funded? This is a global aerial assault. It must be costing billions of dollars every year. And how high does this go? Is my local mayor aware? Are the police officials aware? The emergency control programs? And what is the United Nations position on this activity? Who initiated this program and how have they managed to implement it on an international scale? And why have we not been informed? I would very much appreciate your answers to these questions by July 1st of 2012. Your answers will be of great interest as a growing number of us will be discussing what the next step should be in an attempt to get this issue the recognition and public outcry that it deserves. The information you offer will be of critical importance in forming our decisions on the next actions that need to be taken. We need to address the systemic spraying of our skies, and as a concerned citizen, as a registered nurse, as a mother, please, I ask you for some truth. Yours truly. This recording has been prepared by the Azora Woods Post.